Since you said don't, since you said let's talk to strangers, and a long time ago you said don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, that's confusing, huh?
Why did you say that?
Which one should we do?
Not a lot. I've read some about it.
Here's the thing about strangers.
I'm pretty sure.
People say don't talk to strangers all the time, but guess what? There's a lot of people in the world who are nice.
Yeah, but Mom.
And so if you talk to someone, if you're with your mom or with your dad, it's okay.
But Mom.
If you're all alone, then you probably don't want to talk to people you don't know, right?
Mom.
What?
Second of all, I wanted, hey, let's don't talk to strangers. And then Louis said, no, I have a good idea. And then I said, what? We should talk to the strangers and get caught in. He's mean.
Get caught?
Yeah, get caught in.
Hey, Flory Story. We are leaving Arches National Park area where we had our first day in Moab, and I would say it was successful. I'm really impressed because when we just had to clean up to check out of the RV park, we did it so fast, so I was impressed. Because last time it took us 4 hours to clean up and stuff. And this time it took us 30 minutes. So that's a huge improvement. So I am really proud of us. Anyway, we are heading to Blanding, Utah because we need Carter to take his driver's license, learner's permit test before we leave the state of Utah. And we tried before we left town, but he didn't have his birth certificate or his passport because we had applied for a passport, and you need original copies of your birth certificate when you do that. And so anyway, we got it sent back in the mail the day before we left, so now we have the documentation so he can take his learner's permit test before we leave the state. And so we are on the edge of the state, and so we've got to head from Moab to Blanding to the DMV and have him take his test, and hopefully he passes before we leave the state, because I would love having a second driver to drive around the U.S. and he has already been practicing a little bit. So anyway, that's where we're headed. But Doug had a bunch of business meetings, so he was working on that while we cleaned everything up, and he's gonna head to Mesa Verde, Colorado, and we're gonna meet up with him later today. So that was a little bit weird to leave him behind while we went ahead. Hopefully he can finish closing everything up. And usually we've got like 2 people to figure out what we're doing, but he'll have to just figure it out himself, I guess. Anyway, that's our plan today. We're gonna head to Colorado, and that's the first time anyone in our family has been to Colorado. None of the kids have been there. That's where Doug and I met, but the kids have never been there, so that'll be pretty cool to mark off a new state on our map. Here. Here's some invisible carrots for him. The plan is once we get to Mesa Verde, to find a place to stay because we hadn't found a place as of this morning, but Doug's gonna work on that. Hopefully we won't have to stay. We could stay in the national forest, but that would be called dry camping because they don't have hookups for electricity, water, and sewer. And we haven't quite mastered even the full hookup setup yet. So I don't know if we can be brave enough to do a dry camping situation. But that might be what we need to do tonight. Luckily we have a full water tank and very little in the sewage tanks. The sewage tanks, there's a black tank that's for toilets, and then a gray tank which is for water and like the showers and sinks and stuff. And they were pretty empty, so we had to dry camp tonight in the national forest. We probably could, but we'd have no electricity. Anyway, I don't know if we're ready to be that brave. So another cool thing this morning was is a driving question. What?
All regulatory devices on the road instruct you in finding your way safely and provide information to make a comfortable trip.
What's the regulatory device? What?
Yeah.
I don't. Say it again.
Okay, I guess right.
What is it?
Speed limit and stuff. Don't worry about it.
The speed limit is a regulatory device. Okay. Anyway, so one cool thing this morning was we were closing up everything, like the slides, and getting all packed up, and there was a family parked behind us, and we were just leaving as they were getting ready to go. I think they were hiking because they had bags of popcorn ready to go and water and stuff, but they had a ton of kids like us around the same ages, and I had hoped we'd have time to go introduce ourselves and say hi, but we didn't. But I was telling the kids, with this, oh, here's a cool view, hold on. I keep interrupting myself with cool views. Anyway, I was telling the kids, when you're in an RV park, it's okay to talk to some strangers because unless it's some, creepy looking guy or someone who doesn't make you feel right to talk to. But if it's a family with kids, it's okay to go up and say, hi, who are you? Where are you from? Where are you going? And then make new friends, because that's part of the fun, meeting all the different people that do this sort of thing. They're called full-timers, that families that travel full-time all over. And the family that was parked behind us, their map was covered with a ton of states that they've already been to, so I would have liked to have had time to talk to them. I didn't see the mom, but I was trying to teach the kids that in the future, if there's a situation like that, it's okay to meet new people. So we're going to try that next time. Be a little bit more vocal. Until the DMV opened from lunch.
Guess what Willie did?
What?
So I put his fish there, and then he walked around and he tied himself there, and then he walked around this chair and then he tied himself there. So he was like stuck between us, and then he's like trying to untangle himself.
Funny.
So he's like, what should I do?
You know, it's funny. At the DMV last week in Orem, Utah, we were like 55th in line because there's so many people. But in this little town, Carter's going to be like the first person. They're going to be like, is person A1 here? Because he's like the only one.
Can Willie eat A1? Because he's starving. So, and he would eat. And he's trying to eat dirt.
Give him a chip.
Okay, here, puppy.
What were you saying?
What?
What were you saying people were doing?
They were, like, they're staring at me, thinking, like, why isn't she in school? And then I was, like, thinking, wait, what was I early, you know, for summer. And I was too good for that school, so they suspended me because I'm too good for them.
That makes sense. Or you could just say,
I'm homeschooled.
my family travels full time, and so I'm homeschooled.
No, you just say
Let's tell strangers more information than they need.
Say the complete opposite, which makes me sound like cool.
Or you can say this. If they say this, why are you in school? Talk to strangers.
What?
Censor said don't. Censor said let's talk to strangers, and a long time ago you said don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, that's confusing, huh?
Why did you say that?
Which one should we do?
Not a lot. I've read stuff about it.
Here's the thing about strangers.
I'm pretty sure.
What?
People say don't talk to strangers all the time, but guess what? There's a lot of people in the world who are nice.
Yeah, but Mom.
And so if you talk to someone, if you're with your mom or with your dad, it's okay.
But Mom.
If you're all alone, then you probably don't want to talk to people you don't know, right?
Mom.
What?
Second of all, I wanted hey, let's don't talk to strangers. And then Noah said, no, I have a good idea. And then I said, what? We should talk to the strangers and get caught in. He's mean.
Get caught.
Yeah, get caught in.
Did you meet a new friend?
Yeah.
Hi, Fred. Hi. Okay, who has to go to the
Mom,
bathroom?
look how many pine cones.
He's taking his test. He looks kind of nervous. I don't know. They said he could take it twice today. He's still in the middle of the first one. Did you eat yet? Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom, which is around the building.
Wait, how long is this going to take? I want to go to Colorado.
Me too. Here's our RV parked on the side of the road next to Blanding. Well, it's San Juan High School in Blanding. Looks huge. Hey y'all. So, long story, I don't know if it's interesting or not. My sister thought it was interesting, but we went to Blanding to get a driver's permit test done, and it was a huge pain because we got there and you have to have a passport and a social security card, which happened to be in the RV. And Doug was not going to be coming with us all the way down to Blanding. He was just going to go on to Colorado. So anyway, he had to change his route, come down to Blanding, get us the social security card. Carter took the test twice and failed, which is very common, but it really threw our plans for a loop. So then we had to figure out you can only take the test twice in a day, so we had to take it the next day. However, Blanding, Utah DMV is only open for 2 days a week, and then that whole crew of people goes to MOAB, an hour and a half away, to work the rest of the week. So Doug took the 4 little boys in his truck all the way to Colorado, and then I took Carter Haley back to MOAB, an hour and a half. We had to get a hotel room, and then we had to wake up today and take the driver's test again. He failed it the 3rd time, and then I was getting pretty ticked off. Made him read the manual. He took it for a 4th time, and if he didn't pass it that time, we were just gonna say, forget it, you can't drive. You'll have to figure it out later. We've already wasted a lot of money on hotels. I wasn't a very nice mom. Anyway, he passed the 4th time. Hooray! So now we've got a driver. We can leave the state of Utah. I can go catch up to Doug and the 4 little boys in Colorado. I felt really bad though, because we stayed at a Holiday Inn in MOAB, and we were like hot tubbing, and the pool had all these fires around it that were nice, and we got dinner to go, and we were watching TV with cable and commercials, which is rare for us, and drinking sodas with peanuts, which is a rare treat because we have a nut allergy with Max, so I never get to eat nuts. Anyway, Doug had to set up the RV all by himself with 4 little boys, and we were like chilling in a hotel. Here they are with their treats. Say hello.
This is hi.
Got
It's for you, Mom.
Got a driver. Thank you.
That's for you, and then I also got you something else. You ready? One.
What'd you get me?
Close your eyes.
Okay. What is it?
then I got a pretzel bag for everyone.
Oh, good.
And then,
I keep telling myself we're not gonna get gas station treats and junk, but we keep doing it.
yeah. Carter, this year's.
So we got a driver. We are now leaving Moab.
Wait, we gotta head to the bathroom first.
Yeah, go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Another weird thing is we didn't really have time to grab anything except our suits from the RV, so we're all wearing the same clothes as yesterday, and it feels pretty gross, doesn't it?
I feel okay.
I can't wait to go to the RV and shower. And what else? Dad was telling me yesterday when he was setting up, it took him an hour by himself, and the 4 little boys kind of hung out. They had dinner in the RV. It was like sandwiches and stuff, and everyone was happy, but I was worried that he wouldn't be able to do it by himself, but he did okay. Carter wants to drive to Colorado now. Do you want to drive? Because I
If
can't.
you want to, me too. Whatever works. We've driven to Monticello.
I know, it's an easy drive. It's just straight. Do I want him to drive? That's why we just did this, so you could drive. Anyway, see you later.